So
Whatever, dude.
Eats you alive.
it's biting down and trying to crush your arm. What do you do?
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to, since it's close range, take my dagger, the unholy, and
With the arm that it's biting on.
stab it into its other eye.
Okay.
A pointed attack? Does he take negatives?
Why don't I
Why
see
is it
anything there?
not-
He's gonna
I
fucking
don't
take.
see it either.
Try it again. Oh, that was
we go.
weird. So a 9. Okay. So
Hold on.
It's an 8.
oh no, he takes and he does minus so a 3 with the dagger, which is what?
Life Force heals you for 1d4.
Okay, so you heal for 1d4, which you only have 1 HP missing right now, right?
Yep.
So you gain
it
your 1
doesn't go
HP.
above,
You
so-
get your 1 HP back.
Take damage because it breaks your arm. Because you're an idiot.
9 damage.
Okay. So you deal 9 damage to it.
Stabbing it directly in its other eye.
Okay. As you stab it in its other eye, it releases you, and from its mouth, you see this flame like ball start to
Oh, wait,
form.
hold on.
It's a flame lizard.
Subtract 2 damage from that.
Okay.
'Cause you
Aaron,
said
I
take
thought
neg-
when we
negative
make
4
pointed
against attack.
attacks like that in the eye to do like messy, I thought that we had to
Yeah,
do
It's
Yeah.
fiction.
additional-
It's fictional. He didn't actually like
You didn't actually blind it.
right. So it releases and this ball and just spits it out on the ground.
Spits what out on the ground?
This like
Like-
flaming ball just spits on the ground like lava and like earth and fire, and this thing just starts to form upwards into this little elemental creature.
Jesus Christ. How you make some fucking noise, asshole?
This is where I say.
Limrite, this is when you kind of like come to realize what's going on as this gigantic light like pierces the darkness around everybody, and you see this huge lizard and like a silhouette of a person with a spear in his hands, like off in the distance a little tiny bit of ways.
Am I able to make my action yet?
You can make your action.
Well, I did say.
You're
Oh shit. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, now you say, oh shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, you
I'm
know,
gonna
it's,
look
you know,
at the
like, you know, I
situation,
know, that's all.
and from underneath the, well, not underneath the cloak, but I'm going to now convert the salamander over to be my pet.
Okay, this salamander is really fucking far.
Yeah, you're away from the camp. You need to.
Wait a minute. I have an idea. I am now going to.
I'll let you do-
blow-
you guys got-
moved away
How
from the
is the
camp.
salamander far?
I mentioned it
Pull
yet.
him away.
I even said he pulled him away like 200 feet.
Hey, Aaron,
I'm going to get
Aaron,
within
Aaron,
range, and
Aaron,
I'm going
Aaron.
to convert the cat.
All right, so you're moving to get in
I'm
range.
going to blow my horn of the ram.
You're a little late.
No, I can still do it.
Okay, so you're going to.
Let the other people do their action.
Yeah.
Let's let Mike. You can
Sure,
start.
Yeah, you guys will definitely wake up on the
Hold on.
horn of the ram.
Moko's only going to let us do
Hold on.
stuff once he's in trouble.
Mike, you're starting to run towards the creatures. Colt, you wake up.
Oh, I get to wake up. I don't have to roll.
You heard the oh shit, yeah. So you wake up. Also to the NPCs at this point
Ooh, gonna re-roll that.
because you fulfilled your code.
Yeah, I fulfilled my code.
Which code have you fulfilled? Hold on, wait. Which code have you fulfilled so far?
Never turning my back on the foe.
But you haven't. I'm only reason I'm gonna say no to fulfilling
the
yet
back on your
because
team.
the foe is still alive at the moment, and you still have the opportunity to turn your back on this foe and run away.
Not
So at the
going to.
end of it, when it's finished, then it'll prove that you don't turn your back on the foe. That's how I'm gonna do it.
Speak the truth at all times. I've done that today.
Okay, I'll give it to you. You had opportunities to lie.
No, he didn't.
He did.
came up-
Yes! I get two effects. I'm going to turn a creature in opposition to me to be a friend,
Mm-hmm.
which would be the salamander.
Good thing the salamander's not. Wait, the salamander is technically a creature.
Ah.
So you're gonna turn him to become a friend. Okay, that's fine. So as you turn into your friend, what's the other thing you do then?
It says utterly turn an animal in opposition to your cause. And then let your presence be known
An
to
animal
all
in
countryside.
opposition?
Hold on then.
The giant salamander. It's definitely an animal. He said it's
No,
not
I'd say
sentient.
that's more
it's
of
not
a
smart.
creature more than an animal. Animals are like dogs, cats. Creatures are things that are misformed, or as this thing is, a giant salamander that breathes fire and elementals.
So just
it's
because
a creature.
Like,
it's not an
just
animal.
because so a griffin doesn't count as an animal.
You wouldn't walk up to a horse and a blob thing with a tail and go, "These things are animals." You'd say that's an animal and that's a creature. That's a thing. That's not an animal. It's a
It's
blob
an animal
with a tail.
without a tail.
You
Well,
would
it's an
not
animal
call that an
without a
animal. You would not call a blob with a tail an animal. That would
Wait, hold on. Wait, Aaron.
Yeah.
Is this a magical being?
It is a
Yeah,
it is a magical being. It is
So
labeled as
that-
magical.
That fire wolf that we fought before, is that also able to be switched over with Moko's?
I mean, I'm gonna reread this because it would make sense for it to be normal, like animals.
That's what I'm trying to say. Animals and creatures are two different things.
I'm just saying it because
Tim's
if you're
currently
gonna
trying
allow
to kill
the
my character
salamander,
off.
then no, you're trying to kill your own character. Find
But
this.
no,
No,
all
I'm trying to get them of this to be on my side and just send them off into the darkness and
You
end this
literally,
stupid
as
fight.
soon as your leg got bit, you could have said,
It's
Hey,
not.
wait
It's a mythical creature, man. At this point, because even the back lore I created for this thing, it's a mythical creature. So you can
Alright,
change
well,
it to
is there
something
any
else.
Animals in opposition? Are there wolves nearby?
There are no wolves. There
Are
are.
there any animals in any way, shape, or
there's
form?
a fire elemental, and there's this.
some fish.
There's some normal like flying fish.
Whatever. Then
Fish fly out of the water, land in its mouth.
the turn an animal in opposition of a cause is pointless.
You can pick a
so
different one. That's fine.
I will do let your presence be known to all in the countryside, so everyone in the party is now awake.
Okay.
Countryside? Are you saying everyone knows now?
In the
non-
countryside, my presence is now known.
Okay.
Okay.
And what else?
Which, whatever you want to do, and then it says I can issue one command of your choice to the environment.
Okay.
So, I want to torrentially downpour.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
right onto Limrut.
A storm
Yeah,
I don't give a shit about
starts.
Limrod.
It doesn't hurt Limrod.
No, it doesn't hurt.
Limrod's not
So a
recovering.
storm starts above you guys, and just there's no thunder, no lightning. It's just it's kind of hard to see now.
Good
I don't
job.
give a shit.
That's awesome. I just realized something about the lore that I think you guys will like eventually.
I want to know how his presence is known, Amell. Is there like a horn sound? How does
It's a extremely loud horn sound. It just echoes off like all of the trees and the hills across a good chunk of the region.
You see,
Aaron, am I able to make my action now?
Yeah,
I'd
I would
love-
say. Let me yeah, you can go first. Then Colt will have his move right afterwards.
Alright. So I am going to use the firebrand
Okay.
to put a permanent bond with me and the salamander where we will join together as friends in a team.
Because you're both talented.
So in a sense, you're trying to charm the salamander.
Well, salamanders, like, they have a different thing, and to some effect, yeah, charm, but also kind of almost as if we've
Bros
been
before hoes.
good friends. And pretty much I'm going to change the salamander from we've never met to he just has a very strong feeling of loyalty and to become, to be pretty much friends with one another. And where he believes that we can have a mutual beneficial relationship.
Okay, go ahead and try making your roll.
Alright.
Doesn't he have a
So-
charge?
Look at
So
that.
all he has to do is make it a 7.
So now I do a firebrand.
Because he already used up the roll thing for a charge.
And
What?
I make that a 10.
Okay, so he believes that
Yeah.
you are a great friend.
That we're a great friend, and that also we can be allies, and that we can do great things together. And
Okay.
that
Being
well,
salamander.
he's going to
bros.
side with me, and he's also going to take to my friends as well.
You didn't specify take to your friends at the
Yeah,
start of
take to
that,
the
and you already
friends wasn't
rolled
in
it.
the start,
So that's the
now-
best part about this, because now he's gonna bite at Moko again.
I'm going to defend, and I'm going to get in front of Moko, and I'm also going to be like, stop, everyone stop. But I'm
I'll
also
keep-
going to also convert into salamander tongue as well, the same thing.
You can make that after Colt makes his move. Colt, what do you do when you get up and you see the salamander thing, and you see Limrod standing there just staring at them?
Colt needs to take his hat off because the water like ends up building up and it like pulls the hat down because it gets too wet and he can't even see, so he has to take his hat off and like put it on his side, and like it's just a downpour out of nowhere and he has no clue what's going on. He sees this creature through the downpour and he takes his gun and he tries to take a shot at it. Do I take a -1 to my dex because of sight, by the way?
Sure.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna have that, did you?
I'm going to.
Did you
Is
say-
that fire
It's hard to
elemental
see.
like?
The
It's
fire
pretty
elemental
weak.
is like super weak at this point. He's a lot weaker than he was.
I will be putting the Corona aura on the salamander.
You can only do it on party members.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not.
no, we did specify party members. It was specified in the rules, so you can't actually play. Colt. So what are you doing? You make your attack.
Fucking shot the damn thing.
I defend.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna defend the salamander.
You break your
Well,
firebrand.
this was
to defend.
simultaneous as what your action was too. Anyways, it's fine.
Defending.
This was
I'm
this is
about to shoot a
simultaneous.
teammate because of
Go ahead
fucking,
and
like,
make your attack damage.
I'm redirecting the attack from the thing you defend to yourself.
exactly. I was about to say I'm gonna fucking shoot Mike. What?
This
And
is-
I'm putting a
I-
Corona
I
aura
kinda-
on myself.
no,
then,
I
if
said-
can't put it on the.
This was simultaneous. This is literally as you're putting the firebrand that this has happened. This shot is taking place. It doesn't matter. He's not gonna die to it.
Slash
Doesn't
roll.
matter. I'm trying to stop any attack from hitting.
I don't have a +2, right? I don't think so.
No, you don't have a +2.
You know, roll that +2, baby.
I got a +1 though. Well, I. critically
All right.
failed.
So he shoots, and it just kind of with the the rain.
Oh
and
no,
the
I did have a +2. It's a 3.
The rain is coming down so quickly. The bullet
The bullet
gets
gets
slowed.
fucked.
It gets slowed down and just kind of like bounces off of him. All right, you're now able to make your defense, Limrut. The fire elemental turns towards yours and tries to like conjure this fireball, and it's like this measly like a baseball sized one versus a gigantic like beach ball one, and it just starts to throw it at you. Seortis, what do you do?
I'm going to try and reduce the strength of the fireball or veer its path off into the forest.
Are you doing a defend in the area or defend on?
That's one of his other
No,
skills.
That's one of my abilities is to control fire.
All right. Well, I'm just going to stand there in confusion. What the hell is going on?
Okay,
right
so
now.
do you need to make a roll for that, Mike, or do you just do it? I don't remember off the top of my head.
Hold on. Zuko style. So I have to roll wisdom.
Okay, make your roll.
And this is where he rolls a 6, and he makes it bigger.
Oh my god! He actually rolled a 6. Jesus Christ!
So this weakened fireball, Sirius, as you stand there just waiting for it,
It got
like
bigger.
you're like ha, and right as it's about to reach you, it just explodes into this gigantic one and engulfs you in flames. Take a best of 2d8 plus 2. It would have been like a d4 before this.
All right, so 8 damage.
Without
8.
armor.
Yep, so you
Just gonna take the damage.
can take the damage.
And now
huh?
I'm going to start seeing
It does.
Limrot as a threat because he is now helping them.
Yo, give me a break, you guys. Okay,
He's standing in front of the salamander, defending the salamander. He made a fireball bigger and it
area.
hit me.
I said
My
stop.
character's like,
You've understood. Stop. Everyone stop.
so the salamander
Yeah,
turns
nothing
though
stop.
as Colt shot at him because now that the fire elemental's on Seorus, he's not worrying as much about him. He's like he'll die on his own. He turns and out of his mouth he summons an additional fire elemental.
Okay.
It's really weak again though too, but it's what it does for this moment.
Colt puts his gun away. He can't shoot in this rain. He runs up. What does Colt do? I've got about 5 seconds. I'm giving myself like 5 seconds to make a decision. Colt launches the salamander.
Okay,
Good.
you have a defense on this one, Limrod, at this point. Your
don't
defense
know
will
how-
hold. So you have one hold. Colt, go ahead and make your launch roll.
I need to hit this. I need to hit this. I need to hit this. Yeah! Yes!
So Colt goes running forwards and goes to like launch, and Sirius or Limrod just stands away. He's like, "No, don't!" As you get like kicked up into the air.
well, whatever it takes for me to help Colt,
Colt.
I'm
Is
helping
Mike
Colt.
choosing to take the hit?
Are you taking the hit? If you're, I'm assuming you're gonna take the block the launch, Mike. Correct?
I'm gonna half the attack's effect or damage.
Okay, so long gets launched partially in the air and
Partially in
takes.
the air. It
Like
says
it-
I'm going
affects
to,
4.
can I assist
So
him?
I'm gonna
in
be
any-
asking the salamander to unsummon the stuff, and let's talk this out.
Salamander is flying.
And you just hear, you look at it, it's like, but I'm so hungry.
I can give you my food.
As it's like partially, because we're gonna half the effect. So Colt, deal your full damage. It only got like knocked like partially in the air, like it's just its front went up.
I
Hey,
still
what is
have my
salamander-
hands out. Like
I know.
Salamander
Hold on.
I
So
don't think
this
I
is
get
this is still from the launch damage. So 2. So
I don't think I get any bonuses for that. So I'm
Colt,
not-
the rain's slippery, and it actually made the salamander's like hide even harder to like hit through. So your foot like hits it and it goes up, and
But
then your
I
foot
wanna
like
know
slides
how
out a
Mike
little bit.
denied me of this because it's Mike's fault that it got halved. I want to know how Limrut stopped me.
doesn't
Does it
have
look
to-
accidental or
Well,
So you shoot a launch that is it an explosion or what is
no?
it?
No,
I
he, like, kicks
physically
him.
launched them up.
like
So
kicks
when
him,
you
yeah.
go to launch him up, I try and say like to keep you away because I'm still in between. When you go to launch him up, I still kind of take you off balance, so you're unable to actually throw him with your full strength.
completely. Okay, and then
Just stop.
it comes back down, and it's just like very well. And then you both see yours in front of you, and right next to you, Colt, as this thing's about to launch a fireball at you, they both just kind of dissipate and disappear. And
I'm still taking a very defensive posture.
Okay.
Because I trust this thing.
Colt's
It doesn't
like
talk to me.
Colt's somewhat in front of Limrut, and he's about to run at it again if Limrut doesn't like grab him or something.
It kind of turns and looks at Limrut and goes, "You, my friend, where is this food?"
I start breaking out the food out of my pockets while also
Doesn't
telling
stop.
Colt, I will
He
smite
needs
you.
all your dungeon.
You better
rations.
settle down.
It looks at it and goes, "What is this stuff?"
What food do you need?
Meat.
Oh wait, nope, never mind. I can't speak fucking lizard. I can't.
I
say
tell
anything.
them, does anyone have meat? If we can offer a meat, we can get an alliance with the northern salamanders.
Colt's very confused and.
Give me a spout lore, Mike.
The
'Cause-
northern
Colt's
salamanders.
very confused, but he does know that there's a bunch
So
of fish.
I'm saying, the burnt forest above us. You all know that it's been burnt. This is a fire salamander. We could start an alliance with them to help defend, as well as becoming friends to help them out and protect them from the southern
Well,
humans.
Make the roll, cause I'll give a little bit of information on this one specifically.
Okay.
Colt knows what he's gonna do after you're done getting the information. Oh, so
Okay,
I'm
so
don't make that a fucking.
before
zero.
anything else happens, does anybody have any food for this giant lizard?
Yes.
I could summon food if you want
No.
me to.
Colt says to follow him, but like Colt is backing up towards the river. He's keeping his eye on it.
And
then
Naga
he
takes you, you
gestures-
get drowned.
But he gestures at like all of the fish jumping up and getting the insects. Would he be okay with fish?
Yeah, he'd be okay with fish.
All right, there you go. All that fish.
All right. I now know what to do in the food future.
Okay, so he goes down, he eats a bunch of fish, and he kind of looks at a Limrut. He goes,
And I'm also working as a translator to try and also when he speaks, I want to convert it over to.
yeah, because all you guys are hearing is.
Just say it back in English is what you're
And then,
saying.
Yeah.
he's singing. So he pretty much looks at you and goes, "It has been a long time, my friend. Many years." Your camera turned off, Tim.
I know. 1 second.
Okay. He goes, "They had me trapped away, but some fools released me."
So I ask him what is pretty much I guess I'll ask him what fuels his flames and such and how he's been
Food.
in the past couple no like beyond the food part, like food's immediate. It'd be more of like his desires for
War
what he
food.
wishes.
Hot salamander
So-
ladies.
This salamander is not originally from this tower. It was originally from outside, and he knows your race because he was somewhere around there at one point in time, but was tricked into coming into the tower itself. Was like transported pretty much because he was too dangerous to keep on the outside.
He was smuggled in.
He was too dangerous to keep out there, so they brought him in just to save the people out there. And
So my
they
understanding is he able to breed and multiply?
he is not. He's pretty much one of a kind. He's a
So
mythical
I would
creature.
have to find another salamander.
He's an ancient lizard that was actually trapped in the
I mean,
charred
you're an
forest.
ancient lizard.
It was a mine within the charred forest that some of the dwarves were digging out, and when they did, they unleashed where he was sealed up in, and then that was what he's pretty much the exact reason as to the cause of why the charred forest is now called the charred forest. He burnt the entire thing to the ground, made it his territory. So
Ooh. I have
Oh,
a
I thought you were.
question. Mike,
thought you were
are
gonna-
you
Dude, this is
conveying
like the-
this information to us or
Yes.
no?
I am. Let's see.
Can you
I
describe?
would not.
can
I
you-
would not withhold that information. Actually, I don't think my character would view it
Limrod.
as fully negative. But
Limrod, can you describe its home?
describe its home.
Yeah, can you have it? Like, what does its home look like?
Yeah.
Shut up, Moko.
He just kind of answers back and goes, "The forest is my home. The entire forest."
No, your real home. Do you want to go home?
Do you ask him this, Mike?
I'm sure I can understand common, right?
This isn't speaking common. He's speaking salamander.
I
common.
do
Yes, you
convey
are.
over to both of them, both Seoris and the salamander, that I'm thinking that one, that we are looking to make up base in that castle, and whether he would prefer to stay in the castle or around the castle, I think that we could have a mutual benefit of one, providing food and his necessities as best as we can do, as well as he can help us as if we can find another salamander, he might be able to help us with either keeping an eye on the castle or defending, but not really putting his life at full stake.
Yes, but Limra, I am offering him a chance to go to his true home, where he originally came from.
And then I guess I'll convey that message over to him as another option, because Limra view that as still a.
He kind of just looks and goes, "This is my true home now. It's been too long since I came here."
So you're saying he can't like chill
He-
by the castle?
Well, you guys mentioned the castle. He goes, "I could stay in
Alright,
my
so-
forest by the castle as long as you promise to, give me what I need."
I tell him we're building up now, so we can't
Dead bodies?
always stay right there. But then I show him the symbol of Serenere, and I say, we will be building up allies who will have this
Bear
symbol.
this symbol.
And I show him the glowing armor and
Okay.
what the glowing armor would look like, and I let him know that they eventually, I explain that eventually we'll probably fill the castle with people that will eventually be doing stuff for us, but part of it will also be, cattle or a meat of his choosing that we will raise and try and slaughter to feed.
Cole-
Give me a
Good.
a parlay, I guess is what it'd be. It'd be a 2d6 plus your charisma, but you can take another +2 on it also.
2d6 plus my charisma plus 2.
Damn.
Crushed it. You literally crushed it.
I'll
He
wait.
kinda-
I'll wait for Amell.
That's
He-
a 16.
Yep, he takes a second. You rolled max, so he takes a. He kind of like snorts as the rain. The rain kind of calms at this point, and
Yeah,
there's
I'd
just
say the rain's
steam.
gone.
And he just kind of goes, This is good. I will go." And he just kind of turns and starts walking into the forest. And you hear-
Before he goes, Colt nudges Limrut and asks him to ask the salamander if he's ever tried Naga before.
Sure, I'll do that.
he
But
stops
I
as he's
don't
walking.
explain Naga as Naga. I explain it as fish, like what
The
Vishnu
big fish
says.
creature people think.
Fish
He-
men.
Break the fishmen.
He kind of
Does
he stops and he turns. He goes, "Yes, but they're really bony." And he keeps walking, and he just disappears into the forest, and you just hear cracking and crunching and stuff like that as he walks off.
Colt's already thinking about going fishing and just catching a bunch of fish for this guy because he seems chill.
Well,
And Colt-
good, because those
So I
fish
do
will
like,
all rot
President
before you
Obama,
get back.
look back to everyone like, "That's pretty good, huh?"
Yeah, that was actually pretty good.
Metalax just gives you a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to fight that. All right, so it's time to get going. Limrod, lead the way as you guys get up for the morning because dawn is come, and you then spend 3 more days wandering, following Limrod because he actually kind of got lost as where he was going, and you eventually
My head is
arrive.
not in the my head after this is no longer in the thing. I'm thinking about things with the salamander and cool things we can do together.
So,
As salamander bros.
all right, so you guys eventually arrive at the lock after another additional 3 more days. Make sure you consume your dungeon
So
rations.
I have 0 food. Colt eats his last chip or last
Zero
whatever.
says-
Turn
I
to
got your
Seahorse
back
and
and
say,
gives
"Can you
him more
give him
food."
a whole ration that he can just put in his inventory for now?"
I'm just giving him
We get to the
rations
town
as he
and
needs them,
and,
so he gets to town.
As we're walking up to the
Guy's
town
back.
doors, I like toss back the last piece of food I have.
All right, so you walk up to the
keep it.
doors, and there's a couple like guys in like leather armor, and you're starting to see as you're walking up to it, you see the guys in leather armor, and there is a caravan with some knights and a couple other guys in leather armor, and looks to be some guy in a robe that are walking out in this like, with a donkey and a little like cart that are walking out.
Do they look similar to what we dealt with? Does this mage look exactly like the mage that I dealt with?
Give me discern realities.
Okay, roll 2 O's, 2d6.
Wait, did you say we're entering a town?
You're like at the entrance to the lock, like you're coming up towards
man,
it.
I only get one question.
So you're asking if they look similar. I'm gonna give you do they look similar? And I'm gonna go, yeah. They look pretty close to the same armor and garb as the things you fought at Castle Grayskull.
I'd like to go up and talk to them.
Shit.
Okay,
CR
so
does not.
so you see Limrat start walking up towards him. Does anybody else follow, or do you guys just kind of hang back?
Okay, I don't even give a shit what Limrat does.
They're gonna
at
go to
this
the
point.
castle. There's gonna be
He does
no
what
one
he
there.
wants, regardless of anything else. So it doesn't even matter. No
So,
point
okay.
trying anymore.
We need
So-
to resolve this with words.
Go.
The one-word rejection of a child's happiness. What the fuck? It wasn't no, it was go. And then the horrified, please don't take that out of the stream.
Oh, I won't. Okay, so you walk up Limrat, and as you come, the guards, the caravan's a little bit farther out of the entrance. You're maybe like 50, 60 yards out from the entrance, and you walk up to them. They stop and look and go, "What can I do?" Or they go, "Hail," or something like that. They just say hi to you, pretty much.
Nah,
Are they wearing anything with Serenere on it?
Nothing you can see. I mean,
Okay.
even the original knights didn't have anything that specifically like showed Serenere.
Okay. I will make mention that we are from Castle Grayskull, and that we just arrived from there. I'll ask them.
So
I will
bad.
do the give me.
They kind of like
Give me-
their swords, like, okay, why are you here?
They're like reaching for them.
I'll tell them. I'll be like, well, we decided to come meet you out here, and I'm gonna ask them what fuels the flames of your desire.
Okay, before you convince them that you came from there to meet up with them, can
I
you give
walk
me?
past them all?
You're gonna.
I will
you're-
talk to,
if you
I will
please
talk
just-
to them about the paladin that we were with. I'll be like, was just speaking to whatever that paladin's name was, 5 days ago,
Paladin dance. You must do it, Amell.
was it Dan?
Sure, it could be paladin dance. Why not? So they walk up and they go, "Yes, paladin dance. He's my friend." And like one of the guys, kind of like in a little bit slightly more ornate armor, walks up to you and he goes, "But this was not the plan, and I need you to make me a 2d6 plus your charisma to see if you can convince them that you came from Castle Grayskull to meet them and not just do whatever else." 9. So they're convinced that you came from Castle Grayskull, but they're not entirely convinced that.
I show them the Serenere emblem. That Serenere, I tell them for my thing that I'm gonna convince them. I'm gonna tell them like I was at Castle Grayskull and I spoke to Serenere, and Serenere is
Has
gifted
more-
me with a word and a new quest to go through.
So he puts his arm on like your shoulder. He goes, "That's great, friend, but I serve Dagda."
And I say, yeah,
That is your worst outcome. Is that this man does not serve Serenere.
But
He serves
I use
Dagda.
that as the expectation as for why we have come out here as opposed to waiting.
He kind of looks and goes, "This was not the plan that we were given, or the instructions that we were ordered to have."
Do I hear him say
he-
Dagda, by the way?
You as you're walking by, you hear, "I serve Dagda."
At which point
And I'll
I
be
walk
like, my
over and
friend
tap him
serves
on the
Dagda.
shoulder like, like a good God to serve. And then
Yeah.
I continue to walk by.
He just kind of like, "Do you know him?" And he's like checking his like pockets
I
or like his
I'm
satchel.
making sure he didn't just like get pickpocketed.
I tell him, yeah, he's a friend. We're multi-faceted with the religions. But I do tell him that,
Only
that
one of us that follows the religion.
yeah, that our quest took us out here, but technically, we came here as well because we figured we'd stop on the way and make their trip lighter, and so that they didn't have to go and.
So, okay, so
stop
he kind of
off.
he looks at you and goes, "Well, I thank you, my friend. We could always use more escorts." He goes, "Come, we're on our way now."
I'm gonna tell him like,
We just got...
I'm going to use my was it the firebrand or whatever?
Yeah,
one,
firebrand. Yep.
First to Limrod.
I want to change his mind to like that we could actually just take this item for him there, and that it will make like they have better things to do, and this is perfectly convenient to drop us off the item
Okay.
instead of going to the castle and fucking.
Can I just
finding-
offer him a shortcut to the castle? Can I just be like, I can just get you guys there like now, and you don't need to.
Well, you
No,
walked
bother
away.
walking.
No, because you walked away.
Yeah,
You kept
and-
walking in.
And Limrod
I'm walking into
realizes
town.
this
What
for
do I see
it
in
is,
town?
which is a bunch of dead paladins and pretty much a castle to find out returning and then making us vehemently hated by the civilization.
Yeah. No, for right now, we're gonna deal with this, and we'll go to in-town stuff after this all happens. So go ahead and make your roll.
All right.
Colt whispers to Limrod, we could just let them go. That salamander could probably easily eat them.
Yes, I'd like to avoid bad things in that nature.
I know, but if they don't listen, that's what I'm saying.
We aren't having this conversation.
No, you definitely
Firebrand.
are. You're definitely not having that conversation right next to the person. So
Oh,
they believe it to be their own
Thank
idea. So you kind of like stare at the man, eyes flicker, and he goes. And he's kind of mentioned like you make a come with. He goes you know what? I miss my wife. And he goes, man, you all miss yours too, right? And they all kind of like pip up like yeah. He's like,
Oh, bird.
all right, we're gonna do this. You may take the caravan back, but we will inform the city that we delivered it directly. So we're going to stay in town for another few days before we head back. So if you need someone to watch it for the day while you're here collecting supplies, okay. But I expect you to leave before nightfall.
You got it.
All right, man, let's go. And they kind of they turn the cart around, go back inside. They leave like 2 guys to guard it as the rest of them go into like the brothel.
Heck yeah, brothels, baby.
Can I look
Although my
can I see
character
what
doesn't
the
fuck
item
with
is? Or is
Nah.
it like covered?
At the
No,
moment, it's just
I
covered.
tell him, let's go gather our supplies, and we will head this out to Castle Grayskull right afterwards.
Okay,
I
so
And I look at Colt
I
with
don't
the
know what
eyes
it
of,
is.
not now, man, not now.
really want to know what it is. Colt's so curious.
So I
so
grab Colt by the elbow as we walk off into the, into the city.
Colt's
Okay.
Colt's like trying to look at it. Like,
okay, so you go into the city. First person to walk in there is Sioris.
Holy shit.
And he just realized, yes. So Sioris walks in, and there is
Oh,
there's a female guard at the entrance in this leather armor, and she just kind of looks at you and she goes, "Stop right there." She walks up to you and kind of like walks around you and kind of looks and goes,
It's against the law to be this sexy.
"Boom! You need to come with me to my room." No, but she looks and she goes. She kind of looks at you and goes, "What are you doing here, my fine man?
Just passing through.
Passing through, huh? Do you got anywhere to stay?"
We have to leave before nightfall, according to
Well,
that doofus over there. I say to him or her.
She goes, "Oh, Mike, do you have your shield out possibly, or is it like reflecting anywhere?"
Yeah, the shield's not hidden. It's
Oh.
it's on my back,
She looks-
but it's visible.
She looks, "Oh, yes, the man of nobility. So, are you a paladin, good sir?" She kind of like brushes her hand down your arm, like your like leather tunic.
How am I
Not
setting it
quite. I am
It's already
I'm a
in
knight
so
of the
deep.
order.
Oh, she's like, "That's so wonderful. A big, strong man. I could use a big, strong man."
Mm. Hey, can you show me to the magic shop? I say as I like
She
put my
ki-
arm around her and like
she-
pointing in the direction.
She kind of goes. If you mean by magic shop, you mean my bedroom, then sure, because there's no other magic shop in this town.
That kind of magic only happens later on.
It'll be magical, I promise.
I'm sure,
Be right back.
but we all have to live by a code.
She goes, oh, you're one of those. She goes,
Yeah,
it ruins the fun of everything.
it does. Let me tell you. But that magic shop, can you point me in the right direction? Like
She literally just like stops. She goes, no, really, there's no magic shop in this town. It's just a simple town. You're looking for magic, you need to go over to like Glassbro. She kind of,
You'll have to come to my room.
you know, the
Could you,
the
tell me a
royal.
little bit about Glassboro? I've
Oh,
never been.
She's like, it's a wonderful city. It's got everything you could imagine, from magic shops to the finest blacksmiths and craftsmen. There's a plenty, the lumberjacks there. Oh man, they're the manliest men you've ever seen. On top of that, it's the royal family. They're always there. They're the greatest people ever. They're always looking out for our best interest. They're even, I heard they're looking. They're gonna be getting us some more. Oh, what's the word? What's the word they use? Land. I think it's land. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting some more land. I'm not sure how they're gonna get it for us, but it's exciting. Something to look forward
Land?
to. Yeah.
You mean like, as I continue walking with her away from everyone else, it's like land? You
So-
mean like to farm on? Like are they clearing forest? Like what are they doing?
Like, I don't know, but you know what? Anything they do for us is always great. So, and she kind of looks, and as you're walking through, you're it's a fishing
Like,
village.
is there any like potions or anything here in the lock, or like why is it called the lock? Do
See,
tell.
it's a lock. It's because this is the final town between all of the villages, of Ashtor and Oakwald, as you know. And we are the middle point, as you know, we're the point that everybody comes to then deliver to Glassbro.
I'm sorry, my lady. I never caught your name.
She's like, it's Lydia.
Lydia. It's a wonderful name. And then I introduce myself.
She puts her
to
hand out to you to kiss it.
Um.
No.
She's like,
I guess because she's requesting it and it's not like.
Wait.
overly-
You haven't even checked
Nice
her.
You okay,
hot
baby?
spice. Is she hot?
he said,
Is she hot?
let's roll for hotness. Roll a 1d10.
I'm gonna roll a 1.
Wait, plus charisma.
Yeah, you can add charisma.
It doesn't matter. It's still shitty.
What did I miss?
I don't have a modifier on my charisma.
About to kiss a fucking witch's hand.
Well, you're the one who's like, oh, make sure she's hot.
So
Well,
she
you should have to make
so
sure she's hot. Just
she
kissing random chicks' hands.
is an older lady. She's not like ugly in terms of an older lady. She's just she's probably like 40, and she's got like the crow's feet and like wrinkles everywhere.
I'm still being very like courteous to her.
She has
saggy
Do you have a
titties.
potion shop or anything like here? Anywhere where I can sell goods?
I know
being
what
an
the
adventurer is
specialty
hard.
is. What's the specialty? Is it fish?
So you look through the town, and you pretty much what you see is it's a normal like fishing town. There's docks all along the side. Most of them are fishing boats. You see 2 wider docks. One in there looks to be some kind of. It looks like a steamboat, but there's no like steam stack. It just has a gigantic paddle on the back that you're not really sure
Okay.
how it moves. And then that looks like to go downstream to what you would guess would be some of the other villages down that way. On top of that,
Wait, it goes up and around somehow?
it's like where the name of it is. So there's
Are the trees in the way? So I can't
there's
see?
a river through that continues on into the river going to the south.
Do you know if that thing takes us past that castle that's to the northwest of here?
She kind of looks and goes, no one goes to the castle anymore. And
I know, but does it pass the castle? Like, can I see it on that trip?
You could see it from a distance, but they usually take when you hit the fork, they usually go directly south, because that's where that's where they meet up with most of the villages that are along the riverside. So
How much is the trip there? Do you know?
it's usually like I think it's 50 coins typically.
50 coins?
Yep.
Well, that could be a nice, relaxing trip.
It could be.
I thank you, Lydia.
$5
for
says if
telling her.
you get her naked, she has the snake on her chest.
Oh. So, I do have to ask you, Lydia. You wouldn't know anything about serpents, would you?
I know a few things about serpents, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about those kinds of serpents.
Oh, no, other than that, no. I'm just, I just do this as a job. I've done it for a while. So,
Have you seen anything?
Moko, you're
Shady.
on camera, by the way.
So it's my stomach.
Alright, you're just being weird.
You're being weird. Anyway, do I get +1 going forward for fulfilling my code?
yeah, you get one for respecting her. I guess you maybe go on talking with her for a while. Colt,
Gathering
and
information.
Limrat, you guys walk in. Guard asks what your business is here.
I tell him that my business here is to spread the good word of Serenere, and if he could point me in the direction of the Serenere church or wherever in the local area, that'd be wonderful.
They just kind of look and go, Serenity, yes, she's a great god, or goddess, but we do not have any kind of church for her. All right, and he kind of looks and goes, but if you're looking
Only
for
shrines to
if you're
Dagna.
looking for a church, I need to pull up some info here because I'm not well prepared apparently. Let's see here.
I tell him if you don't have the Serenere church, just tell him I'm looking for Serenere followers to enlighten and lead on the path.
Go to the tavern.
He goes, you more than likely can find a couple people here and there, either on the docks or at the tavern. Probably be your
So
best bet.
I'll kind of go around town for a little while everyone else is doing their journey to look for followers of Serenere that seem hardy but yet still very true to the path of Serenere. See if there's anyone that would seem worthy enough to end up sending back or carouse to going back to the castle with us in a sense of taking up life there.
Okay. They do mention that if you are looking for a church specifically, though, that a new church of Satish has been built recently in the town, which you would know Satish as being the god of blood and cunning. Kind of the opposite of Serenere.
Yeah, I don't think I think my character doesn't want to take those people from someone else's church. He views it as wrong.
Okay.
Or at least to hunt in someone else's church. So
Okay. So you decide not to really do anything.
I'll pay respect to the church and kind of do a slight nod, but my heart's in Serenere.
Okay.
Do we have to fix the castle before we can get a blacksmith and yada yada yada?
They could take up, but they can't work.
Right, they'd be the ones doing the repairs with the money that you spend on doing it.
Got it.
So, you could look in this town for some type of blacksmith, potentially, because there would be a blacksmith here. There's a general store. Your Church of Satish, there is the only church really in this town.
Colt
Blood
looks for
and
an
cunning.
inn
Are they known for
or a
thievery?
brothel.
Why don't you give me a spout lore on what
Sure.
you know about the Church of Satish?
Colt looks for a brothel.
Okay, so you go look for a brothel. Cool. So, Cole, you start heading that way. Limrat, Church of Satish. You know that the Church of Satish is not necessarily known for thievery as much as the want for power. Typically not in force versus force type of way, but more of in the political way. They really push to not only build their churches in town, but then make that church the center point and take control and put people in power that work for them or worship the god of Satish. And if need be, they will kill someone if need be here and there.
What would be the difficulty of replacing their choice of church?
Extremely difficult.
So probably murdering them all and then replacing them,
That'd probably be the easiest way.
or impressing them with a different god.
I don't really believe it. I mean, converting
They
an entire.
wouldn't be impressed. They'd be challenged. And
Yes,
In
it's
the
not-
back of my mind, if a meteor came from the sky and with the symbol of Serenere and crushed the other church, would that possibly be enough?
It may also spark a war versus followers of Satish and the followers of Serenere.
From my understanding of Serenere, this is probably something that Serenere would not want.
You would you don't have enough you just kind of recently got into it, so you don't know enough whether or not
Okay.
that's
You got
something she
into
would
her?
like.
I will wait until I return back to the castle to consult
You only
surroundings.
recently got into her. A bunch of people have gotten into her already, but you just.
It sounds like your mom, man.
Oh,
Okay, so we're gonna let's go cut over to Colt. Colt, you arrive at the brothel, and all the buildings in this place are all made of like shabby like wood. And it's the biggest building besides the church in this entire town is the brothel. It's like 3 stories tall. There is no guards out front. There's like maybe when you walk in, there's like one guy in like shady leather armor, like black armor with like a dagger or two that you might think is security. But
Okay.
other than that, you walk in and some fine like older matron walks up and she goes, "Oh, I've never seen you around here before."
Yeah, I'm new. I'm starving, miss.
Oh, well, we got all kinds of
Damn.
food. What do you like? Do you like whites? Do you like ethnic? What's your flavor of choice?
No, I mean actual food.
Oh! You want to go down to the tavern then, my young man?
Ah.
So this is not a place for that kind of food, if you know what I mean. But if you want, after you get something in your stomach, we'll get you in something afterwards. Come on back.
Is there what words? What would be accomplished by using the brothel? Do you get pluses or negatives to rolls, or is it just a thing that you can waste money on?
It's a fictional thing you can kind of waste money on.
Okay, maybe
Nothing.
I'll
It's
go to-
nothing
I'll-
super expensive. or
I'll go to
anything.
the tavern then. I just assumed. I usually when I think of brothel, I think of what you're talking about, plus like a bar and whatnot. It's usually like mixed, but
Ah.
I go to the tavern.
Okay, so you go to a tavern. It is the it's called the Bucktooth Manatee.
Well,
I guess I will also head there as well.
Okay, so
all right. I walk in and I take a quick glance around.
okay, you walk in. There's a couple little like round bar tables with stools with no backs on them. There's a bartender kind of sitting back behind with a bunch of like weird colored liquids behind the bar. And he kind of, he's rubbing on the countertop, cleaning it a little bit. You kind of looks up and goes, "Ah, a new man. Where are you from?"
I don't really have a home.
Oh, not a lot do that come in here. He goes, "You looking for work?"
I'm starving, my man. As I like walk up to the counter and like plop myself down.
He kind of looks and goes, "Oh, okay, well, we got fish."
Do you have anything else? I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at him.
We
I'm
got
just
we got water.
You got water and you got fish.
Yeah, I mean, look we're a fishing town.
Can I come in yet?
Yeah,
What type of fish? Do you have a special?
the one that comes from the lake. And at this point, this is when Cyrus like walks in.
I see Colt there,
This-
and I
he
meander over and
seems-
sit next to him.
He seems like a very simple man that doesn't really. He doesn't even know what type of fish he's catching and serving. He just knows it's fish.
He ain't worried about it. It's fish from the lake. That's all you need to know. That's all that's important.
What you got there, sir?
We got fish.
Mmm. Big fish.
They're
He's
fish.
so weird.
They're
Guy
he's
is
looking.
so
He's like they're fish.
Well,
Like,
regardless, I'll take the fish.
all right, that'll be 2 coins.
2 coins, all right. So
'Cause of the complimentary
2
water.
coins. Colt, you want some fish? You know what? Just get him a fish anyway. Give him an extra 2 coins.
All right,
Cole-
fish for the man, the
Colt
funny hat.
actually isn't. Colt, funny hat. I'm not wearing it. It's on my side.
So it's still a funny hat.
Oh, actually, I probably put it back on because it was like a 3-day trip, not like a 3-hour trip. Colt's not a huge fan of fish, and that's why he was like, "Do you have
Nonsense, Colt.
anything
Colt.
else?"
Nonsense.
He's got nothing. They got fish.
It's an acquired taste. You have to build it up. But
Exactly,
fresh
it's an
fish
acquired
is good
taste.
fish.
I don't wanna.
Fresh
So
fish is good fish.
He
man.
brings
You're
up. He brings out this fish. I mean, for being a really run down, dingy type of inn that you walk in there and he comes to eat. Well, not walk in there, but he sets down 2 plates of fish on these really nice plates and it looks to be like filleted like perfectly. And it smells amazing. So you guys maybe just
Delicious.
dig in at that
That was
point.
amazing to people that like fish.
Okay. And then we go over to Limrut.
At least try it, I'd say to him before we flash over.
Yep. Limrut, is there anything you want to do now that you're in town?
Spend my entire time looking to see if there's anyone that I would deem as worthy to possibly make camp at our base.
Okay,
that's
so
trustworthy.
there is blacksmiths in the town. Maybe you go to you go to the blacksmith. You go over to there is a carpenter's guild there because most of the supplies that come in from here besides fish are like lumber from the lumberjacks. So you kind of go over there. You kind of you meet one of the guys. His name is gonna be Clint Murtock.
Of course.
Clint,
He's a big old huge lumberjack. And he goes, lizard, haven't seen one of you in a long time. What can I do for you? What is that noise?
Moko, please
It's
stop.
not me.
Thank
It's
you.
Moko.
What? No, not me.
No,
Can't
that
prove
was
it.
you, Moko.
So he goes,
Can't prove it.
what can I do for you, lizard man?
Lizard man.
I'm looking for trustworthy followers that are looking to make camp in a new establishment. Currently, we're working on building up a castle of our own to kind of build it up. Primarily, initially, it'll be mostly Serenere, but we plan to be a multi-religion castle as well. So, my whole spiel as to him should come across as mostly that I'm looking for a trustworthy person that has good trade skills. They'll probably be able to take base in the camp. The religion's kind of secondary, not really necessary, but
Okay, so he looks at you and goes, well, none of us are really looking to move. This is kind of, lumberjacks. We kind of love the places we stay in. I mean, look at this place. It's probably the finest looking building that you've seen as you walked through. He goes, but if you're looking for some trustworthy men to hire to do some work for you, that's something we can help you out with. What are you looking to fix up?
And so I tell him, I agree. This place does look great. And it's but there's always something to be said about, building your own place as well. And I project out a version of our castle, kind of to show what it looks like currently. And then I also kind of tell him think of all the possibilities, and I convert it into a much nicer looking version with reinforced walls and stuff like that, and show them that right now currently it's not anything pretty, but we plan on pouring in our funds and stuff to improve it.
And that the forest is right next to it.
He also looks and goes, yes, Castle Grayskull. I recognize it from the front of it, but it's not a good place for trade. At least not my kind of trade. From here, we have access to our friends down the river, along with being able to. This is the main trade hub to Glassboro. This is how we make our money. This is how we make our living. We can do some work for you. We'll do it, no problem. We'll do great for you, but afterwards we're gonna return here.
Amell.
I tell him that that sounds fine. I was I plan on the winds of trade changing with the amount of stuff that we will be ending up doing there. It'll probably become a religious epicenter, followed by other stuff. And I don't ask you to believe me that now, but when it changes, maybe you'll change your mind, and the offer will always still be open.
The only god we lumberjacks serve is Holtenber. He goes, there are no other god that matters.
We'll tell him that definitely we already have Serenere and Dagda already set up, and it's perhaps if we become a big enough name,
get
we'll
out.
be able to set up.
He stops. You get out. We don't work for that god burning forest bitch. Get out.
Oh shit.
He kicks.
You got kicked out, Mike. Have fun.
He goes, we won't help you. Get out.
I tell him, yeah, I had no work for ignorance.
As you walk out. Yep, he kicks your ass out.
This is delicious.
And then I want to, as I'm walking out, I want
set their house on fire.
No, I want to use a firebrand on him.
So you have to be looking at them as far as I ever remember for your firebrand. How you set your lore. So
I will do it as I'm walking out while making eye contact.
Okay. So you're walking backwards, fine.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
and then I'll.
Oh, you're a horrible human being, Mike.
pretty much change his mind to the fact that he can believe the God that he wants, but I want him to believe for the rest of his life that his God hates his guts and that he is worthless in his God's eyes and that he will never be good enough for his God. He will forever believe he is going to the hell of whatever God he is with.
All right, go ahead and make your roll.
Oh shit. That's it.
Zero.
No, don't do it. Don't make it a 0, Mike. It's
Not
not.
a 0, it's staying.
Yeah.